Welcome back to Surviving AP Seminar with Cassie,
Sophie,
and Jaden.
and today we're going to be talking about, on our second episode, the IRR and the TMP. Now, Sophie, what is the IRR?
the IRR is an individual research report, and basically what happens is Ms. Romberg puts you with groups of people, 3 to 5, and we talk about what topic we need to discuss and what we want to choose to write about. And so we all choose a topic, and then we choose a lens to each write about on the essay, and then we write about it.
Thank you, Sophie, for that interesting detail of the IRR. Jaden, what is the TMP? Can you tell us?
Yes, thank you. Basically, after the IRR, we will going into the TMP, in which we will be using the IRR as almost a background of all of our essays and basically combining them into the presentation, and where we will be talking about our specific topic, and we will all individually have information about that topic and how solutions to the topic, if it's a solution-based topic, and yeah. IRR to back up everything that we will be talking about on the IRR or on the TMP.
Now, Cassie, what are some more in-depth details on the IRR?
Thank you, Sophie. So some more in-depth details on the IRR is it's not like your usual essay. This essay is specifically created to make sure it's only about the research topic. So with other essays like the IDWA that you'll later face, it's more about how it's less about perspective and argutative and maybe some narrative essays. It's more about you're just plain and simple. You're just putting research in your own words on the paper and then using that to back it up with more research. You know, it's very less personalized than I would like, but it also helps you. It's basically putting all your 12 sources, instead of having to read all 12 sources, putting them all in a 1 to 4-page essay that all compiles them together.
Thank you so much for that in-depth perception of the IRR, Cassie. Now, Jaden, what are some more in-depth details about the IMP?
The TMP, I think you mean, Sophie. It's okay. Anyways, the TMP, going more in depth about the TMP, usually we will start with our title slide, in which will be the start of, obviously, our presentation. And then we will it really depends on your group, but usually you will evenly divide how many how many slides you have for each person. Usually there'll be around 13, to 15, depending on the topic. And each person will have an individual lens. And going into those lenses, talking more about, someone may talk about the economic view or the futuristic or even, the historical.
In Ms. Ramberg's class.
Exactly. And so basically, though, in each slide, though, we will have just basically our own description and more info on the specific topic. And then later on be going into, if it is such a solution-based topic, we will go into the solutions, also going into the limitations and implications of the such solution and topic. And yeah.
Okay, now if you're lucky to be in a group as good as a group as I was in a really great group, and we were able to rehearse and practice together. And one of the things that I really felt was important when rehearsing was note cards. Can anyone relate to that?
Yes, ma'am. Note cards were very you didn't really know what you were going to talk about.
Right.
And more of you don't use the note cards as to say everything
word for word.
Mm-hmm. But it was just so much better if you say you lost yourself because you were talking and you're under stress and you don't know where you are or what you're talking about. You have your note cards right in front of you to just kind of remind you about your topic and what specifically you wanted to say.
Yes, agreed. Totally. Note cards are so helpful. Do you have any more thoughts on that, Sophie?
Yes, I'd say on the topic of note cards, it is I think we can all say from personal experience, it is very important to keep them organized.
Yeah.
Whether that means color coding or just the certain size of the card, anything that helps you just need to do. Go that extra limit because you will need it. Because this is important. It's literally your college grade.
Yeah, so also another thing is that Ms. Romberg, if you mess up your note cards, you only get one chance to do your presentation. It's very unlikely, chances are literally in the zeros, that she'll let you redo your presentation. It'd only be of a malfunction with the camera or the audio, something like that. But also it's important to have them organized, because as an example, if there was a student that was unable to organize their note cards, she's not going to stop it for you. You just have to keep on going, and that's low-key kind of embarrassing.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in on episode 2 of How to Survive AP Seminar. A big thanks from
Cassie,
Sophie,
and Jaden. We'll hope to see you next episode.
see you on the next one.